Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, December 17th. That was the winner of The Masked Singer, The Sun, belting out a cover of Lizzo's 'Cause I Love You from earlier in the season. I'm Jeff here with my friends Al and Tori. I just got a great idea. We should do the Masked talk show, and you should wear a mask.
Okay. I'm in.
Oh man,
I didn't feel offended as you did it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't get this show. People love this show. Everyone's like, who's the bug? Who's the milkshake? And it turns out, go ahead, who it was. Sorry.
Well, let me read it then.
I know.
I want to get your take, though. So while I'm reading, think about what your costume would be. You too, Al. All right. Okay. The identity of the Sun was revealed last night. Turns out, drum roll, it was country singer Leanne Rimes. Thank you, Tori. She beat out Mushroom and Crocodile to take home the Golden Mask Trophy. I feel like I'm on Mushroom. times. Backstage, Leanne said it was a liberating performance with a mask on. Let's check it out.
My anonymity was taken away very early on, and so to have my anonymity back in a way where people just really feel me instead of having this preconceived idea or thought of who they think I am or who I should be, it felt good to have the audience and the judges and everyone just really feel me and hear me for who I really am.
Okay, but before we get into that, I just want to know what it was like to go into a room and pitch this. Right? Did you ever pitch ideas when you're in Hollywood and you're like, I got an idea. We're going to take singers or people of the past that were celebrities. I know this show was from Asia. And then bring them back, but you wear a crazy costume and sing while judges analyze it. It's like, why don't you get the hell out of here? You know what I mean?
Beat it, mister.
Yeah, it's always, people always talk about those shows that like we kind of got used to, but somebody like went in and pitched Alf. Like, oh, there's an alien creature, it's a puppet, it lives in their house, it eats cats. Yeah, and this actually comes, I remember when I was hosting a show for the BBC, and the BBC was working on a show from Asia, and it was called like Sexy Beasts, I think was the name of it, and it was basically The Masked Singer, but for dating. So it was just a way to be like, so it's not just physical, like you would look like a grasshopper and I would look like a whatever roach.
And where's that show now?
I think it was big over there.
Really?
But
didn't
some
it come
shows
here
don't
and I
make
thought
it
it got
here.
canceled right away.
It's weird what works and what doesn't work in other countries.
This works. They're on a couple seasons now.
I find the cuts to the audience really jarring. I don't get the judges. I can't even hear them. They're all like, wow. But I find it just over the top. Ken Jeong's like, is it Obama? Like everything's over the top.
What a great gig, though.
Oh, it's a great gig, but I got to be honest with you, Leanne Rimes, I was like, dude, you're so much better than that, right? She sung Blue, she's huge. And then I heard her speak, and she said she misses the anonymity, and I got to be honest, she convinced me, good for her to have a little moment. I was a little judgy just then.
I was a little judgy, too. How do I live? That's a great song.
With her.
Con Air, most underrated movie of all time.
That movie stunk.
That
I don't
movie
know
was
if it's
great.
underrated. I think it's big
Pretty
with guys.
Did you like that movie?
I liked it. It's not a rewatchable like Shawshank is, but I get it.
Oh, I rewatch it when it's on.
Right, but yeah, people love Con Air.
Oh, God.
You don't like that movie?
It's okay. No, it's okay, but it's very like Nicolas Cage.
It's a dude Saturday afternoon movie.
In a tank top and he jacked and he takes care of business. All right. There's more fallout from Tom Cruise's rant on the set of his latest Mission Impossible film. Well, according to The Sun, 5 staff members quit after Tom went into a second rant on the set Tuesday. It wasn't recorded, though. Tom was apparently upset that the news of the first blow-up went public. So earlier this week, he was caught on tape yelling at the crew after they were seen breaking COVID-19 protocols. So meantime, George Clooney stepped in. He said Tom did not overreact because of the seriousness of the virus, but during an interview with Howard Stern, George said he would have handled the situation differently. Let's have a listen.
I wouldn't have done it that big. I wouldn't have, pulled people out. You're in a position of power and it's tricky, right? You do have a responsibility for everybody else. And he's absolutely right about that. And if the production goes down, a lot of people lose their jobs, and it's, people have to understand that and they have to be responsible. It's just not my style to take everybody to task that way.
Is he playing a little Monday morning actor?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if I like that.
Jeff, when is it okay to yell?
I think it's okay to yell, okay? I know certain people don't respond to that, but I played sports my whole life. I totally respond to that. If I owned a company, I just say this example, I said it yesterday. If I owned a company and I had 100 people's lives on the line, literally, during this pandemic, and their families, as well as mine and my family, and I saw somebody breaking protocol, but at the same time, I'm paying for all their bills, I'm supporting their family, I'm gonna raise my voice a little because I want everyone to get through this together. That's what Tom Cruise is doing. He wants everyone to get through this together. And if 5 people want to leave, there's the door. There's 100 other people that are going to take your spot, and we have to move on with this movie. I'm all on Tom Cruise, and it's easy for George Clooney to say how he would have handled the situation. I would have said I would maybe handle it different, but I'm an emotional guy, and I fly off the handle sometimes. I say things I don't mean. I raise my voice sometimes. You don't know how you're going to handle the situation. I don't blame Tom Cruise for this.
I'm 100% with Jeff on this, which is crazy. 100% with you. I have no idea. I'm 100% with Tom Cruise. I also have to say, this doesn't seem like the first time Tom Cruise had to address this, right? This seems like this escalated after many times. Remember, they had to shut down because I believe 12 people tested positive on their set. So this is something he's been trying to do. He had yardsticks put out so you could see what 6 feet would be. And they weren't standing 6 feet apart, and they weren't wearing masks. And at some point, you're the industry. He is Hollywood with the capital H. He's the only one working. He is so responsible for so many people that at some point, the stakes are high enough, you yell. He's 100% right. He might not have done it in the best way, but I'm with you on this.
Do you guys think this is great promo for the movie?
It's good for Top Gun. It feels very maverick.
Does Mission Impossible need great promo?
But I see what you're saying.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's kind of true. But I mean, I don't know how well the last couple ones did, and I think people will, obviously there'll be a bigger audience because there's less competition, but I think more people were talking about it, so when it comes out in 6 months, we'll at least have some idea.
I think it's actually the opposite, because I think more people will be turned off than they are turned on. I don't think a lot of people think like me. I think they're like, well, shame on Tom Cruise. You don't talk to me like that. You know, it's like, I shot a movie during the pandemic.
What's the name of it? You want to plug it?
Sure, The Inheritance. I almost forgot. But yeah, we did it. No COVID positives. There was over 200 and something tests. But anyway.
Jeff, let's be honest. Some audio leaked from you on that set, and it was Jeff screaming like that.
It was me.
Bad. It was
Somebody
bad.
put grapes in the salad. Big Jeff does not agree.
Grapes or raisins? Yeah, I'd lose it.
Why would you have them in salads?
All right, that didn't happen. All right, Tyler Perry might have a case of the holiday blues. The actor and producer shared a post-workout photo on Instagram. Was that a good-looking whistle?
Yep. Look at him.
What if we did that whistle when a woman was on?
Okay,
touche.
Double standard. Double standard. I agree. I apologize.
I'm just kidding with you. I'm totally kidding. This is what a midlife crisis looks like. I'm 51, single, honk honk, and wondering what chapter of my life will look like. Listen, let me just keep reading. Some fans took note and started asking Tyler out on dates. Another fan wrote, if Tyler Perry's single, as successful and handsome as he is, that means there's absolutely no hope for me.
I don't agree with that. Come on, y'all. It's like, it's okay. It's like, look, no matter whether you're Tyler Perry or Perry Tyler, just some guy that's an electrician.
Good one.
Look, it's hard to find a mate that works with you that fills all the gaps that you have in your life, and you do the same for them. I think a lot of times, especially when you see movies, it's always like, I met this girl, Tori, she's perfect for me. And people watch that, and it seems like a perfectly okay storyline, but like, what do I fill in for you? And I think when people realize that, like, when they're in a partnership, I need to be there for her, and she needs to be there for me, or whatever kind of relationship it is, homosexual, heterosexual. And I think that he's just looking for his partner. And it's hard to find.
I think it's because he's Tyler Perry, right? Charlize Theron said,
Oprah found somebody?
I know, but that's been for many, many years. Like, Charlize Theron says, I'm painfully single because no guys will ask out Charlize Theron. That's like really intimidating. Tyler Perry has no, I mean, you have to be at the echelon of your game and not be intimidated, and you don't need to want to have money all the time. I mean, there's a lot for Tyler Perry to have to navigate.
I listen to a lot of celebrity motivational things, you know, and one that jumps off the page to me is Jim Carrey. He talks about all the time, I wish I could show somebody what it's like to be successful and have all this money, because it's not what you think it is.
Right, like you're isolated.
He's like, it is not. And he's like, the number one thing I found through this whole process was happiness. Not from the money or the fame. That had nothing, that actually made it decline. The happiness is what you find within yourself. So I think Tyler Perry is coming to an age or a realization that he owns part of the country, right? He owns studios in Atlanta. There's not much more for him to do in this business but take it over, and he just wants to be happy at this point, right?
It just shows you how important it is to have somebody that's in your corner.
Amen.
It's a big deal.
Wow, that was a holiday message.
Wow.
How do I live?
That's going to be Jeff's next movie.
What is it
I'm
called?
in your corner.
I'm
Jeff
in
Schroeder.
your corner.
And it's about Jeff. You're helping
A boxer.
A boxer.
A boxer.
And like
I'm Mickey?
Yeah, you used to be a fighter. You got hurt.
Yeah.
And so
it's
now
his knees. It's his knees.
Yes. And they were like, you have to train this female fighter. And you're like, I don't know about that. And then you see her throw a right hook, and you're like, oh, I like that. And then you guys fall in love with the process of you training.
So I'm 70 years old and I can't walk anymore, and I have to train somebody else.
You got to make time for that.
That's right. Great time and Steve coming up on DBL. Carrie Underwood just received a very weird Christmas gift. So DBL Nation, what would you do if you weren't happy with the present you got? We're sharing your comments. And a new series is in the works about Pamela Anderson and her ex, Tommy Lee. Those are some big shoes to fill. You get it? We'll tell you who will play the pair next. Welcome back to DBL. A limited series about the life and marriage of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee is coming to Hulu. The 8-part series, I think they could have got this done in an hour, right? We'll explore the rocky relationship between Pam and the Motley Crue drummer who were married in the 90s after knowing each other for just 4 days. It will also uncover their infamous sex tape that was stolen and released to the public.
Yes.
I think that was a question on everybody's mind, at least mine. British actress Lily James will play Pam, very pretty. Meantime, Sebastian Stan will play Tommy Lee. He most recently appeared in the Avengers Endgame as Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Big step up from construction worker number 2.
Yeah, very big.
That might be a big character. I don't know.
No, I just want to say my take on Lily James. I don't know if you guys know, but I follow the gossip with Lily James. And unfortunately, she was recently caught kissing 2 taken men. Okay, one was Armie Hammer and one was Dominic West, and there was a whole big thing. They were snuggling, and so she has this reputation of being kind of like a the other woman kind of thing, like taking your woman. I'm not sure I don't know. A lot of people have been turned off by Lily James
because of that. But do you think she needs that persona to embody Pam Anderson?
No, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
When I think of Pamela Anderson, the one thing I think of is, instead of like scandal and it's just like sex. Like, who is someone who's just incredibly sensual, sexy? I think Lily James has too much baggage, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Is the Winter Soldier married, I wonder?
I don't know that gentleman.
Me neither.
And I kind of wish he had more swagger because I don't know that guy.
But don't you we're sitting here like we don't know them. We don't know them. But that's how we felt about everything until we saw Michael B. Jordan for the first time, until somebody leapt off the screen.
Lily James is a great actress. I just think there's a lot of baggage over her right now. Maybe that's not great, but maybe that is good.
What do you think about an 8-part series? That seems a little lengthy.
I don't think so.
Really?
If you think about the way we unpack things, like how many, the NXIVM documentary about the cult was 8-hour and 20-minute episodes. I think really what we're doing now with these long episodes, it's really just an 8-hour movie.
Yeah, it's like a micro look at it.
I'd rather that than a 2-hour movie where it's just like, wait a second, how did he get to have this huge problem? Like, you might have to just take a whole episode, and when you have that kind of time, you can dedicate it to just one character that you need to set up something that's going to come at the end.
It's a slow burn.
Right.
It's
I don't know how many kids they have. I definitely know they have one son, but I wonder how that affects him seeing that up on.
I think he's fine.
Why did you laugh like that?
Genetics.
I got you.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Keep it out of the gutter. We'll be right back.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to DBL. The 12 Days of Christmas is a... Sorry, I was laughing at how close we are to Christmas break. Chris just goes... Everyone just
the stage manager's like, go. Our executive
go
producer.
for it. Let's do some
it.
TV. Sorry, I messed that up. The 12 Days of Christmas is a classic carol where someone's true love gives them several outrageous gifts. And this year, you could say Carrie Underwood got a bit of an odd gift from her husband. Take a look.
I wanted cows for Christmas. I love cows. They're my favorite animal. I love them. They make me happy. I don't want them for any purpose, just to love them.
Although pet cows aren't what she wanted, it's not a gift most of us would want either, right? So DBL Nation, this has us thinking, what do you do with unwanted gifts? Did I screw that up? She did want cows?
She did want cows.
She did want cows. We do not. Okay. I'm going to read your comments and then give your DBL take. I'm putting half days in too. Al, you're up first, okay?
All right. Here's
Janessa from YouTube says, I typically do not, is that right?
Yeah.
Why'd you giggle like that?
Because he started talking.
I started reading it.
Oh, go for it.
No, I blew it. Okay, Janessa actually went to college.
No, let me read it. Let me read it. I'm already screwing up enough here, and then I thought I screwed up again. This is funny, though, okay? That's why I want to read it. I typically do not like cats, but mentioned to my boyfriend that my neighbor had the most adorable kitten, so he surprised me with one. Now my neighbor has 2 cats.
Yeah. Don't surprise people with living things.
Yeah.
I think is the rule, because, you know, long after that moment has passed where you give the cute puppy Christmas morning or holiday morning, whatever, now we have a lifetime of walking, caring for veterinary bills. I mean, that's really, you're kind of handing the person maybe over the span of that animal's life a $40,000 bill.
Yeah, would you like animals? Oh, you wouldn't like?
No, and I have to have a connection to that animal, right? Like when I met Josie, there was something like magical happen, and you can't be just like, here's a kitten. Like, you don't know the lifestyle and where everyone is.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not like I don't like animals.
Answer for the holidays.
No, I love animals.
Get off my lawn. Next, Tori, this one's for you. Let's see if you could angrily answer this one. Mark from Facebook says, I got my wife a real fancy vacuum.
No.
Uh-oh, my punishment for that gift is now that I'm the only one allowed to operate
Yes.
it. One bad gift made me the housekeeper for
Shame
life.
on you.
Really?
Shame on you. Yes, you don't hand your wife a vacuum unless she specifically says, I want this, because that's like handing a wife a girdle and a sandwich maker.
That was an angry answer.
Yeah, it's not 1955, dude. Wake up.
Exactly. It's not 1955. You share in the household duties.
Dude, you have not been historically put in the position of always having to be the homemaker. Women have.
You don't know me.
But women have. I'm saying our sex and gender has. So to give someone a fancy vacuum is like, here, you go do the dishes. Like, that's so rude.
What if you bought me a drill? Well, could I give it back to you and say that's sexist?
But men haven't had that long history of being prejudiced. Women have.
Good point. Raise your hand if you like sweet, sweet deals. Everyone's raising their hand.
Chris even did it.
DBL Deal Blast is coming up next.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com. I love this part of the day. What do you have for us today, Stephanie?
It's the 2-pack, Almost Famous facial and brow wand.
Whoa.
Look at that. So this deal includes your choice of any of the combinations of 2 tools. So the set is designed to gently trim and remove any unwanted hair. And what I really like is that both the tools have got a built-in LED light for full visibility. So normally it's about $60, right, for this kit. We've got it $20 for 2, saving 67%.
Amazing.
Next up, we've got something that's going to update your bedroom decor that's stylish and chic.
Ooh, I like this.
It's the View Elements 3-piece coverlet bedding set. It feels fabulous, and it's 100% cotton cover with a polyester fill, which means it's machine washable.
Heck yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
So normally, this is between $140 to $210, depending on the sizing that you get, Tori. We have it for $39.
Oh my God.
Saving 81%. There's nothing worse than opening up your pantry and not being able to find what you're looking for. It's awful. Well, you don't need to worry about it anymore with this Eternal Kitchen Ideas 7-piece airtight food container storage set. Love it. I love a good container, Tori.
Yes, you do.
I do. It comes with 7 canisters, 7 lids, 10 measuring spoons.
Whoa.
Oh, normally, these are $80, but we've got them for $35, saving up to 56%. Check it out. It's the Bagatelle Faux Suede Drape Jacket. It comes with a cascading open front and a silver tone zipper and pockets for a chic style. It comes in taupe, sand, mustard, love mustard, lipstick, I love these names, and blue stone. So normally this is $99, which I think is a very fair price. But we have it for our viewers for $25, saving 75%.
I love it. Head on over to morningsave.com, guys, to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph.
Mustard's a little underrated. I think mustard looks good on women, like when they're all done up nice. You got a nice mustard coat on.
I have a mustard turtleneck, and right up to the neck, it really frames a glowing face like a marigold. It's gorgeous.
Like a what?
As a color.
It's been a great show. DBL's new every day. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you.